if I have them here right now, this is 100 centimeters. Where do you think I need to start this system in order for this to reach the ends at the same time? Julia? 50. So the intuitive idea is that we start this at 50, like so, and my track is a little unlevel, so you're going to have to level your tracks, some of you more than others. And if I hit this, we notice they didn't reach the ends at the exact same time. Now this track isn't level. What you are looking for, though, is a single thud. So you want to adjust this until you hear just one single. So notice that it's like click, click. You need to adjust this until you hear just one. I'm not going to sit here and do it all because that's your job for today. A little closer, but I would probably want to get even more accurate. Because that's the point at which I could say the ratio of their distances is something that I could take a look at. So I'm going to move this up just so that we can take a look at what the data is we have to collect. So, let's do an example one. This is not technically the one you're doing. So, Lola highlighted this. So when we're doing one-to-one, it's just the carts. So what's the mass that's going to be on each system? Over the hand, Matsuki?
500 grams.
So we know each of these is 500 grams. And so Lola, what did you say when you said you wanted it to go to 1 to 2? What would you do?
Would be divide the blocks so be
To what?
to the cart.
Okay, to both carts?
No, one.
And then what's the masses of each
So
one?
it would be 500 grams.
To 1,000 grams. Remember, 1,000 grams is 1 kilogram. You have a kilogram mass on your desk as well. Now, let's say I started my carts. My track is still 100. And I started my carts at 45. What would I write down then for my ratio of distances in terms of how far each cart traveled? So how far did each of these carts travel? If I started this at 45. Chanel.
One cart travel 55.
So this cart would travel 45, this cart would travel 55. So if that was the case, maybe the heavier cart traveled 45, the lighter cart traveled 55, so it'd be 55 to 45. Because it's always starting with whatever your lighter cart is. Yep, and so if this was the first one, if that's what you got, you would just say, okay, 45 to 55. That's not your data point, this is just an example. Chanel.
So right, we're adding, let's say we just decide to start at 50.
Yep.
The whole thing. So if we have done the math that's supposed to go slower, right? Once the first one hits, should we watch the second one to see where it is?
So you need them to reach the ends at the exact same time. So if they don't, and this is a really great point, some people got this mixed up in the last class. So if you hear one hit before the other end hits, you need to run it again until you get to the point where they hit at the exact same time. Because that tells you the times were equal. It's a little math trick we're doing for today. So, one single thud sound is all you're looking for. That was the big piece in the last class they were messing up. A couple pieces just to help you out. To reload these, there we go. To reload these, some of you know this, some of you don't. You push this in and then hit the giant silver button up front, and it locks it back in place. These, you don't want to be kind of like interacting with these, because if your finger is still on here when it tries to move away, you're going to lose some of the energy in the system. It tends to help to just take your calculator and tap it, and it'll explode away. Use whoever has the cheapest calculator.
That's great. That's great.